Hey guys, what is going on? This is Pete on the beat. In this video I would like to show you my favorite one dumbbell home feeder slash pump slash I don't know how to call it routine. I do this routine probably on a day-to-day basis. I know I will disappoint a lot of people. I know probably the overtraining police will give me a lot of negative comments and that kind of stuff, but in the end of the day I'm extremely happy with the results that I get from this one dumbbell routine. So the second thing that I would like to also point out before I move to the whole routine and the different exercises and angles, I would like to point out that I use a relatively lightweight dumbbell. I use a 15-pound dumbbell, and on few of the exercises I even cut the weight down to like 10 pounds. And the pump is amazing, as you probably see. So the next thing that I would like to point out before I start is the fact that this is more like a no excuse type of training session. I'll put it like this: as you probably already know if you watch my other videos, I'm a huge believer in training a body part more and more frequently. This is what gives me the best results. I'm a huge believer in old school methods. I eat only one meal a day. It's not only like the Wheeler principles and that kind of stuff, but even like more old school than the Wheeler principles. For example, the Serge Nubret way of training, the Serge Nubret way of dieting, Vince Gironda and all that. And for me personally, the best way, the best approach is to train more and more frequently and eat one meal a day, and this is basically what I do. I'm able to constantly throw nutrients in my muscles. So in this basic routine, guys, I'm about to show you some kind of a combination of all of my favorite arm exercises, or at least my currently favorite arms exercises, because in the end of the day everything varies for everyone and everyone is different. To a certain extent we all have different muscle insertions and that kind of stuff, but like the pump from this training session is amazing. And the next thing that I would like to make you pay attention to is the fact that I do this like quite often, if not every day. I do this routine every other day, and I also incorporate at least one like gigantic training session in the gym during the week, which is like only cables and machines and maybe just few exercises with free weights, and I'm pretty happy with the results. I'm gonna be able to show you all the pump and that kind of stuff. I'll probably do a little bit of posing, and yeah. So as you can probably see, the first exercise, this is how I start the whole routine. The first exercise basically is total killer. I love this exercise. This is the laying dumbbell tricep extension. There are multiple ways to do this exercise. You can try different angles and that kind of stuff, but the thing that really makes the difference for me personally, something like a technique that I would like to share with you, is I always prefer to keep my other hand, my resting hand, on my triceps, and this really gives me the ability to create this like mind-muscle connection. This is probably the exercise that gives me the most fullness and thickness in my triceps, and as you probably already know, the triceps takes the biggest part of your arm. This is the bigger from the biceps and the triceps. The triceps is the bigger one. So for this exercise I do like 5 sets, 12 to 15 reps. On the first few sets actually I did like 20 reps, as you're gonna be able to see. And the next thing that I would like to make you pay attention to for this particular movement is the fact that this is the actual exercise on which I cut the weight to around 10 pounds, and the burn is insane. Believe it or not, the burn is insane. I try to not rest, and I always try to keep the constant tension on the muscle. And another thing that I would like to point out for the whole routine, and this whole thing with the one dumbbell, I do not take it as a disadvantage. I actually try to do my best, and I'm able to really focus on each arm individually, which in my personal opinion it's a huge benefit, a huge advantage, if I can put it like this. So yeah, the next exercise is dumbbell kickbacks, like standing kickbacks. There are multiple ways to do this exercise. Again, I cut the weight again because I really want to focus on the horseshoe, on the long head of my triceps, the longer head of my triceps. I really feel like this is an area of my arm. I basically really feel I need to improve my arms in general, but I really want to bring this area and I really want to pack as much mass as I can on like the outer part of my triceps in order to get this like the horseshoe going type of effect. So again, 4 to 5 sets, 12 to 15 reps. And the other thing that I would like to give you as a tip for this particular exercise is the fact that I try to twist my arm like this. Like I try to make my pinky lead, but on the other hand I try to make my pinky go to the outside like this. I don't know how to call it. Like this is the little twist that I do in the end of the movement. And I always try to stretch at the end of the movement. I'm not so sure. This is actually the top of the movement, if I can put it like this. The next exercise, another favorite of mine, another killer, in my personal opinion. Again, there are multiple ways to execute this particular movement. Lee Haney's overhead standing dumbbell extensions with one arm, with the same dumbbell. Actually, on this particular exercise, I use the full weight of the dumbbell, the 15 pounds. Again, this is extremely light dumbbell, but if you really focus on the contraction, if you really focus on squeezing and do everything possible in order to get the best pump going, I'm pretty sure you're going to be pretty happy with the results that you're going to be able to achieve. Of course, there are multiple ways to do this exercise, but the thing that I would like to give you guys as a tip is, first thing, you can try to again put your resting arm on your triceps in order to be able to really create this mind-muscle connection. The second thing is really to figure out what is the best angle for you. For me personally, there are two best angles. With both of these angles, when I put my humerus bone in one of these positions, the first one is like this. This is, in my personal opinion, the more classical. The other one, and the most common, or the most conventional, the most common scene, if I can put it like this. The other one is like this, and I try to twist and I basically try to turn my head a little bit, and again I'm able to work on the triceps from a bit of a different angle, and basically I get a bit of a different feel, which actually complements the other stuff that I do. I'm pretty happy with the results. And the next thing that you can do, if you prefer, if you feel this will help you to get a better contraction and whatnot, you can put your resting arm right here. This is like a little below your chest, and to a certain extent this might like give you a feel that you're actually stabilizing the whole movement a lot more. But my personal opinion is to play with different angles and see what gives you the best fun possible. This is the whole goal of the routine, and this is the whole goal of everything, in my personal opinion. So this was basically the last third exercise for triceps. Now it's time to move on to the biceps curls. So the first movement for biceps is kind of a standing concentrated bicep curl. As you can probably see, the pump from this one is insane. The tip that I would like to give you is, because I quite often see a lot of people do this mistake, they do this like a swinging type of thing. Avoid any form of swing and really try to stabilize your humerus bone. I really try to avoid any kind of swinging and cheating and that kind of stuff. Like 4 to 5 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Again, I use the whole weight of the dumbbell, 15 pounds, nothing too crazy again. The second exercise is the same, but we are doing the hammer motion, or the hammer curl version of this exercise. Again, deep stretch at the top of the movement and really try to squeeze. I definitely recommend you avoid any forms of swinging in the humerus bone and that kind of stuff, and you're going to be able to get amazing results with the pump and whatnot. So the third exercise for biceps is the Arnold concentrated curl. I always prefer to do the Arnold version of the concentrated curl versus the leg supported, the seated version, if I can put it like this, when you support your humerus bone with one of your legs. In my personal opinion, the results from both of the exercises are uncomparable. I will go with the Arnold version probably in 10 out of 10 times, if I can put it like this. I'm pretty sure you are able to understand what I'm talking about, but I always go with the Arnold version. So again, I stick with the same principle. I try to avoid any kind of swinging in my humerus bone, and as you can probably see, I got veins all over the place and the pump is pretty decent. After the third exercise for triceps, I finished the whole routine with one arm standing dumbbell curls. They are more of a mass builder and that kind of stuff. So with this particular exercise, I always prefer to do one arm at a time, which means that I'll do like 10 to 12 reps or 12 to 15 reps with my right arm, and then I'll move to my left arm and I will do like 10 to 12 or 12 to 15 reps with my left arm. I definitely believe this approach is way more beneficial for this particular exercise than the conventional alternating standing dumbbell curls, and the reason for this is because you are able to really overload your muscle by keeping the constant tension on each side individually. And this is the whole routine. You're gonna be able to see the pump is insane in my personal opinion. I definitely feel like I'm able to get better pump at home sometimes than the pumps I get into the gym. It's not like I'm not gonna train arms in the gym, but in the end of the day, I definitely believe I'm able to reap all kinds of amazing benefits from incorporating this more and more frequent training sessions, especially for my arms, and I definitely see improvements in my arms, in the overall size, fullness, thickness and whatnot, peak and pains of course. So yeah guys, I'm gonna put a breakdown of the whole routine in the link in the description, and I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I hope you find this video helpful and useful. I hope you like the video or whatnot. If so, please give me some thumbs up or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me some comments in the comment section down below. I'll be so happy if you do this. So yeah guys, this is basically it. I'm gonna wrap it for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more. Have a nice one. Peace and I'm out.